All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday night Zoom call. I almost said 1st of December, first week of December. Great to see you. We are on the home stretch of holiday season, believe it or not. And so, how appropriate to talk tonight about something, or maybe give you ideas for some things that you can do to work your business in the next 2 weeks-ish. Now, remember, just because there's a Christmas or shipping cutoff mid-month, that doesn't mean that business or ordering has to stop. So let me just put that disclaimer out there. But anyhow, so that's what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. Happy December. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. All of those wonderful things. I am going to just tell you a couple things that, just in case you haven't seen them. Gosh, my phone is bright, isn't it? Just in case you haven't seen, or just to bring everybody up to speed, there's the holiday brick deal that is going on right now through December 31st. The holiday bricks, so the ones shaped like Christmas trees or like trees, normally $24 each. You can get 2 of them for $30. So that's really good. That's a brick of wax for $15 right now. So until December 31st, you can buy 2 holiday Scentsy bricks, normally $24 each, for just $30 while supplies last. And just so in case you didn't know, bricks are almost 5 times the wax of an average Scentsy bar. So the sale is a perfect way for your customers to save on their favorite fragrances. You'll find this deal in the collections tab under holiday Scentsy bricks. And that deal is not eligible for half price rewards, just FYI. Okay, so that's one thing to call your attention to. If you haven't seen, or you haven't heard, you haven't read, the Scentsy Warmer and Scent of the Month subscriptions are getting rid of 1 bar and adding a pack of pods in its place. So you will now get a pack of pods in your subscriptions, whether it's Scent of the Month or Warmer and Scent of the Month. Pack of pods will now come in your subscription. So that's cool. Friends collection. Friends came back out yesterday. So it's while supplies last. And that was super popular the first time around. So Friends Warmer is back. Bring Back My Bar returns January 1st. And the sampler, the early access bundle, is available through the end of the month. But those will start January 1st. And diffuser and oil bundles right now. If somebody buys a premium diffuser, they get 2 15-milliliter oils and 10 5-milliliter oils for free. So a premium diffuser purchase gets 12 oils for free with it. If you get a premium diffuser shade, so just the shade, you get 1 15-milliliter oil for free. And if you buy a deluxe diffuser, you get 1 15-milliliter oil for free and 10 5-milliliter oils for free. The 15-milliliter oils are Scentsy's choice, either Clear, Dash, Kick, or Rest. And then the others, oils will automatically be added to shopping bags when a diffuser or diffuser shade is added. Oh, customers can choose. Wait, the 15-milliliter oils will be selected from the following fragrances. Okay, gosh, I'm tripping over my words and confusing myself even. But yeah, so that's happening right now. And did we miss anything? If you are attending Detroit World Tour, there was a location switch. So it's not at Suburban Collection in Novi. It is still in Novi. It is just going to be around the corner from that at the Sheridan. If you are registered for Detroit World Tour, you will have received an email letting you know of the location change, but just putting that on your radar. This date is still the same, just location moved down the street. And Mardi Gras collection came out. It's early access. So anything else I'm forgetting? We have 2 months left of the incentive period. Cassie, what are you going to tell me?
The Frozen collection.
Frozen
Yesterday, too.
collection. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Frozen collection came back out yesterday. One of the ways that you can always, this is kind of my own little cheat sheet. I don't know. I like to go to my PWS and look under collections and just kind of click through the collections and see. That's how I can find out if something is sold out. That's how and maybe that's not the easiest or fastest way, but that's just the way that I'm like, let me go see what's left in the holiday collection, what's sold out, or what's what just launched or what's back available. And so I always just kind of scan my PWS in the collection section. That typically lets me know what's available. But then in conjunction with your news tab, because anything that is early access will not appear obviously on the website. So early access bundles, you really have to find out from the news tab or from our Facebook page when things get posted. But all right, anything else? So we have 2 more months left on the incentive period. So one, what is it? 2/3 of the way through. Is that right? Maybe, I don't know. Anyhow, 2 months left to go. And yeah, we're going to be in the new year in no time, which is really, really crazy. Let me talk to you about is there anything else I left out or anything else that you guys want to say? Nothing. All right. So I'm going to tell you about pulling off an open house in a really short amount of time. So my last event for the season was this past weekend, and I don't feel ready to be done for my month of December. And so yesterday I thought, I'm going to have an open house this coming weekend. I'm going to send out a text to my customers. I'm going to ask them to RSVP so that I can kind of get a head count. I told them for RSVPing, they will get a free gift if they RSVP. Now, letting you know that my free gift is I am making samples of the last 3 scents of the month and putting them in cute little candy cane molds in little baggies in a little scent bag. So that is, you are able to give that little bit of an enticement for RSVPing or for attending. It has to be communicated one-on-one, just FYI. But that's a really simple way for you to offer something without feeling like you have to give big things away. I sent out my text message yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning. I have 45 RSVPs for my open house, which I'm really proud of and really excited about. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, yep, I definitely have to go the samples route because I don't have what could I do for 45 people? So I am making samples. And in fact, I even made, and I can happily share these with you guys as well. I made just little tags that are going to go on top of my samples. So I'm going to do Sleigh Ride because it's my favorite scent of the season. And all I did was put the name of the scent and the description, which I copied and pasted right from my PWS. But I'm doing Sleigh Ride. I am doing Meet at the Mistletoe. And I am doing Mint to be Merry. Those are my 3 scent samples that I'm making. And then inside the little sample bag that I give them, I made a little insert that says, thank you for your continued support, encouragement, and loyalty. You make a difference to me. I am ever grateful. And that little thank you card is going in my little sample bag. Mind you, I literally had the thought on Sunday night, I'm going to do this. I know that I only have a week to pull this together and to have people show up. But so in that amount of time, I've got my samples ready to go. I've got people RSVPing. I just want the ability to get in front of people one last time to try to make any last minute sales before the holidays or before the holiday season is over or before people get out of buying mode, because I'm not ready for my month to be done yet. And so in 6 days time, I'm pulling off an open house this coming weekend. The reason why I continue to that I'm driving this point home is I am one of those people who a lot of times will be like, yeah, I need to have an open house. I need to have an open house. And I just let time pass, or I just let, yeah, I need, but well, that's something you really got to plan. And this time I just made that decision and was like, it's happening 6 days from now. And I am getting people in the door to smell wax. I want wax under noses. I want to I want to share Scentsy, and I want to sell. And I want to thank them for being a customer of mine. So I know that me having 45 RSVPs may sound like a lot. Remember, I've been doing this for a few minutes. And for some of you that are thinking, well, I just kind of got started. I don't have that many people. I don't have that many contacts. You still are able to do something like this, because up until this point, there are people that have purchased from you. Even if you started a couple months ago or a year ago, there are people that have purchased from you that you have the ability to invite and say thank you to. My open house is under the premise of being a customer appreciation holiday smelling event, because I want to say thank you. And you are able to do that too. And if a lot of your customers don't live local to you, you can set up FaceTime appointments. You can, because I have a couple people that can't attend because they don't live close by, that said, Melissa, will you FaceTime me and show me some of the new things? And I said, absolutely. I'm more than happy to do that. But my goal is to thank my customers and to get people smelling. And I want to be in front of them. I want to be in front of them. I have spent far too long, I think, corresponding with people via text message and Facebook, that I want to be in front of people again. And I want people to have that scent experience of getting the fragrance under their noses. I'm serving a hot appetizer, a dessert, and I think I'll put out some veggies and some drinks. Very low key. I am not breaking the budget with anything, because my goal is not to spend money. My goal is to make money. But a couple food items, something to drink, and the opportunity for them to shop, have some last minute shopping, do some last minute shopping. And it all happens before the shipping cutoff. So if anybody wants to order anything or needs to order anything, and I'm going to put it out there that they're going to order things, that I will still be able to place that order in enough time for that before that shipping cutoff happens. So getting yourself, and I know this time of year is crazy busy. It's crazy busy for you. It's crazy busy for your customers. I know that. But at the same time, sometimes we have to just be like, you know what? I'm going to make time for this. I'm going to make time to make this happen. It doesn't matter if 2 people show up or 1 person shows up or 10 people show up. It doesn't matter. It is me putting forth that effort and saying, here's an opportunity for you to come smell in person and allow me to say thank you in person. I'm keeping it very, very, very simple. And my goal, again, is to just get people in my door. So totally doable. My question is, well, I guess first question is, do you have any questions? Because as I was playing this out in my mind, I'm thinking this is a really good topic for tonight, because I'm literally throwing this together in 6 days. This is a really good topic for tonight. And as I went through the day today, it was kind of walking through, okay, here's the things that I need to do, and here's the things that I want to do. I'm in my head, it was a very long, it was a lot of things to share. And now I realize I shared some of it, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't very long. That didn't take me long to share that information with you at all. I made a to-do list. So as people are RSVPing, I'm making my to-do list. I've had a couple people ask if they can bring somebody with them. Of course they can. Absolutely. And then I want to print my little thank you inserts. So I already designed and made those. For my fragrance flowers anytime I sell a fragrance flower, I have those have you guys seen those wood slices? I know those of you that have been around for a while, you are familiar with the wood slices, but if you're not familiar with the little wood, some people call them wood cookies or wood coasters. But they're listed on our Amazon Business Tools list for our team. So togetherwescent.com/Amazon is our business tools list. Those are what I order, and I put a sticker on the bottom that says, enjoy your fragrance flower, place this coaster, pop this coaster under your fragrance flower to protect your surfaces. And then it has my information on it. Well, I have that sticker on the back of that coaster because I've found that people hang on to that coaster and not necessarily the fragrance flower bottle or whatever. And I have a hard time labeling the bottom of the fragrance flower because that's where Scentsy puts the scent sticker for the fragrance flower is underneath the bottle. And so on my to-do list is I ordered more of those wood slices and I need to label them to get those packaged up. Because anytime anybody buys a fragrance flower, I give them one of those little coasters with it. I need to make a little sign-in sheet. I want people to sign in so that I have record of everybody. And then what is your, maybe you have a couple items that you have on hand that you're like, yeah, I could put this together as a little gift set bundle or a little, I don't know, all of us have scents laying around or things laying around or things that we've used host rewards for just to put together a gift bundle or a couple gift bundles. For me, I have a few things where I'm like, yeah, it's time for these to go. So if I bundle them together and make a cute little gift set that I'll be able to offer if anybody needs something quickly to grab and go. It's not necessary. You can do these without having anything for people to take away. That is the biggest thing I can tell you is that you don't have to have product on hand necessarily for people in order to have an open house. You can do this without having that. And I know that everybody has a couple bars of wax laying around their house that they can make some samples out of. And in this case, by samples, I'm making, like I told you, I'm using the silicone molds to make a nicer little sample than just like the little felt samples we use for quick smelling or for mailing. Like I actually am going to make them little samples in the shape of candy canes to make it look a little bit more like a gift. And but very, very simple. There is not a lot of planning that's going into this. There's not a lot of work that's going into this because again, I just want the opportunity to be in front of people and get them smelling scents. You can totally do something like this and pull it off in less than 6 days. Anybody have any questions or anything that you want to say?
Rachel put a good one in the chat.
Okay. I didn't even have chat open. So
said, would this be a weird idea to have an event like this not at my home? I love the idea, but I don't have the size, space, or layout.
Not at all. Not at all. I've had an open house at a clubhouse in a neighborhood before. Because when I lived in my condo, there was no way I could have I just didn't have the space to have people into my home. And so I rented out. I didn't even have to rent. I didn't even have to rent it. You just had to sign up and you could use it. I've done mine in a clubhouse. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. Hold on. I'm having my first one this Sunday. Nervous as I'll be. Would love any advice. Wait, okay. Having your first one, what, Dawn? Open house? Yes. That's awesome. Why are you nervous? Tell me, talk to me.
I have never done anything like this before. And I've done, I did Jamboree in my past. I think I told you that. So to ever have an open house, never. And I think we discussed this last week. I kind of sucked the past month and a half with sales, and I thought, well, let's do this. So I put flyers out last month with my newsletters and all of that. So I've had about 20 RSVPs, which I'm hoping more will show up, but I've never done it before, so I'm just like winging it. So I have like a mini store upstairs because of the events and stuff with the inventory that I have. But like as far as like what to do downstairs, like games, or I mean, like what, I don't know what to do.
I will tell, I'm not playing any games. I'm going to socialize with people, and I have had open houses like this in the past, and typically people, unless they're like my friends that'll hang out and linger, like my customers typically come in, smell, order, or shop and leave. I mean, that's really, so I'm just running my open house from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it says stop by any time between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. And people, other than the people that are like my friends, they just don't really linger. People, you know, and so, and everybody's a little bit different, but I didn't do any kind, and quite frankly, I didn't have time the last time I did this. I didn't have time to do anything that was really truly organized because I was constantly having somebody shopping. And so I didn't have time to be, I mean, I could have if there were two of me, but I didn't have time because I was helping somebody select products or I was helping them smell scents. And then when I got done with them, you know, the next person was ready to tell me what they wanted. And so I didn't, that's what I like about the open house style is it feels a lot more casual and a lot less formal because you're not getting up and doing a presentation because people are coming and going at all the time. And that's just kind of the flow of it is the initial, I mean, your initial start will be your first couple of people that are there and you'll start talking to them and then people will trickle in and then you'll walk over and you'll talk to them. And then your first people are like, okay, I want to get this. And then your second people are like, well, let me smell. And then by now your third wave of people have come in. And so it's kind of, that's why I love the open house style is there's not a formal start and end. I don't feel like I have to put on a big production because I'm working the crowd and making sure that I'm just talking to everybody. Because if I'm trying to run a game over here with these people and new people come in, I don't want to make the game people wait so that I can welcome the new people. It works much better if I'm just floating and saying, you know, and again, that's one of the things I love about this style is it's just people come and go and I'm there ready to help them because my focus isn't shifted somewhere else trying to do this over here. Does that make sense?
Explanation, is it kind of like an event at home?
Exactly.
Okay. That helps a lot.
Exactly. I
Okay.
mean, and you're going to have times where there's like, you know, every one of these is a little bit different, but you're going to have times where you've got like 3 or 4 people. So you're sitting around, you're kind of chatting, you're talking about whatever. And then you might have an influx where you've got a couple more people. So you get up from the table and you go help them. And it's just a very comfortable, casual. Here's the thing that I will say. You can pre-plan ahead of time on how you want it to go. But the moment the first person walks in your door and you start helping them with Scentsy and the second person walks in, this whole thing will carry itself. So don't put any pressure on yourself to have any kind of planned out, because I even one year was going to do a raffle every hour.
Mm-hmm.
No, I did it the first hour. In the last 3 hours, I didn't even get to it because I was helping people. And so you can have the best laid plans. Realistically, less is more. Less is more. So
Yeah, I've been stressing really bad. So you just help. Thank you.
And then the big thing is I do send, so since I'm giving them a thank you card when they come, I will follow up a couple days after, no, probably the day after. So next Monday, I will follow up with a text message thanking them for coming again. And it was so great to see you. Hope you have the happiest, healthiest holidays. But I will follow up with a text message, because to write them a handwritten note to me feels a little bit overkill, because I've already given them a thank you card when they left. And I'm not doing any door prizes, because I'm doing my little prize for RSVPing, which that eliminated me doing a door prize and having to get something to somebody after the fact.
Yep, that makes sense.
I'm giving them a little prize for RSVPing, because one, I'm incentivizing them to let me know so I can know a head count. But number two, they're not walking away empty handed. And the biggest thing is, 9 times out of 10, somebody's not going to come to one of these open houses intending to spend $0.
Right. Okay.
So, can you share the thank you things? Can you clarify that one for me, Dawn?
My phone, my Bluetooth was off. You shared like a thank you image you did or something. Could you share that?
Yes.
Because I've never done anything like that before, so I have no idea. I heard you did say you're doing the not the felt samples, but the pretty samples, which I can do that, no problem.
Yep.
But the thank you thing, just so I can get an idea.
Yes, I
Okay.
will. Right after the call, I'll take my picture off of the little thank you card, and there's nothing that says my name on the sample tags. I will, and in fact, I'll share those sample tags, then I'll share a blank one. So that
okay.
you guys, because I'm making samples of those 3 doesn't mean you have to. And I'll take off the little emblem that says Melissa's favorite on Sleigh Ride.
You're awesome.
I'll
Thank you.
clean them up and I will post those the moment we get off of this call tonight. Okay, so now I'm to Rachel's. Would it be a weird idea to have an event like this not at my home? I love the idea. I'm trying to think of an alternative place that I could have one at. 1,000,000%, absolutely. And if you were doing it someplace else, I don't know where, if it's a back room of a Mexican restaurant, or if it's at, who knows where. But since it isn't at your home, I guess you could still do it if it was at your home. You really can frame it as a customer appreciate, like a thank you for your business this year night. Just come out and I want to thank you in person. Here's where we're going. Here's what we're doing. Come, and I'll have things for you to smell and things for you to see. Yes, you absolutely can host them anywhere. I've always wanted to do one at Starbucks. You could get new customers that way. You would just have to, if it was something that was formally inviting people to the Starbucks, you probably would have to maybe check with Starbucks. I'm not too sure about, but I'm doing mine this weekend at our country township hall. Okay, so Melissa, anything that you want to share on how you're doing yours or what you're thinking, just to provide some other ideas?
Well, I had a little bit of a head start on mine just because I have a couple of customers that are in wheelchairs, so they can't make it into the house. So I reached out to our township hall, and they had never done one for a business, like rented it, and so they had to check, and so that was all fine eventually. But yeah, I'm just doing simple hot cocoa bar and cookies, and that's it.
Cute.
Yeah, so that way it's come as you want. The next town over, our school district is 5 little towns. The next town over, which is literally 3.5 miles, is doing a huge Christmas event with like sleigh ride and crafts everywhere. So I'm doing it in the next little town, and we're just posting signs on our main drag and everything else. Oh, wrong side. So,
cute.
and I left it blank so that way I can use it next year.
Yeah.
In case we have to change the location. But we're loading in Friday. I'm taking a lot of my event stuff. I did a poll, see what people wanted. They wanted current and past holiday stuff, kid stuff, any of my oiled wax bars, like the sweaty ones from the summer when events got too hot. Because here at home, when I did it during COVID, I always had a little table of discounted wax.
Mhm.
And it was because it was sweaty from the farmhouse not having AC.
Mhm.
So they're already used to that already being available. So that was something that they asked for. I said I had a little bit, not a whole lot, but we're just kind of doing it as casual as possible.
Yeah, that's
And I
awesome.
didn't do an RSVP. That's a great idea though. I did the first 15 through the door gets a goodie bag.
And that's another
And
way
it's
to do it.
samples with a coupon.
Yep.
Yeah. And the
That's
coupon will be for when you order in January.
Yep. Yep. I've seen some consultants do wax bucks where they'll give
Mhm.
people wax bucks for $5 off an order in January, which is a really good way to bring some business into you in January.
Mhm.
Something else that you said that I wanted to talk about.
Doing teacher gifts, office gifts. That's why you saw
Yeah.
me loading up the flowers,
Yes.
free ornaments with just 2 of the scent circles.
Cute.
Just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. And if you don't, again, you don't have to have a ton of product to be able to sell to do
Yeah.
something like this. And what I love is being able, like, I love that I did an open house last year at this time. So that I was able to say this year that's my second annual. So I know that might sound silly, but just having something so that next year, heck, who would know really? Who would know the difference? I guess if you said it was your second annual or third annual, except for the people that are like, how come I didn't get invited to the first 2? But anyway, but getting one under your belt so that next season you can say, this is my second annual, because for me, that actually made me proud to put that on my invitation that this was my second annual holiday open house that I really wasn't sure I was going to be able to do or pull off, because I was like, here we are. It's, I'm going to be into the second weekend of December. Is it too late? And that's when I had to put myself in check and be like, you can sit here and talk yourself into or out of it for the next 4 days, or you can decide to do it and just start planning. And that's what I did. I kind of had to have that like shake me moment where I was like, stop talking about it and just do it. Just do it. And it doesn't matter that you only have 6 days to plan it. It doesn't make a difference. And people are not going to judge if you don't have it all together. It's
Right.
just, so I think the biggest thing for me was inspiring you by the spontaneity that from me, that you can do this regardless. I mean, you could literally send a message out tonight or tomorrow, maybe tomorrow because you need to think about it tonight, right? But you could send out a message tomorrow and be like, pop-up shop this weekend. You pick the day and the time, but call it a pop-up shop, pop-up holiday shop, pop-up open house.
Popeyes.
Yep. Yep. I mean, you really can just do it. It's a pop-up shop. And you're not, sometimes when you give people a date too far in advance, they forget by the time the date rolls around. So realistically, you almost have, in my experience, I've had better luck letting people know the week of than giving them too much of a heads up, because people forget if they don't put it on their calendar or too much time passes, which is also why I don't like leaving parties open for 2 weeks. Completely side note, but related. I don't like leaving parties open for 2 weeks. And in fact, in 2024, I'm not leaving parties open but 3 or 4 days. That's all people are going to have, because the longer it is, the longer people drag their feet and forget or don't order or think they have all the time in the world. No, I'm doing everything on a more time sensitive, more of a time crunch. Okay. Pop up.
Let us know how that works.
What, the parties? Or what?
Yeah, once you cut it down to 3 to 4 days.
100% I am. 150% I can tell you. Because there is nothing that drives me crazy more than a party that lingers for 2 weeks when nobody orders after the first 2 days anyways. So
I've tried to
Um,
do parties for like 7 days, and then to narrow it down, then I've been trying to do it for like 5. And then my team is like, well, we like the 7-day. So if you have success at the 3 or 4 day, could you share your format? Definitely.
and I'm not even talking well, I guess I am talking. I don't do Facebook parties. I just do straight up basket parties. Straight
Okay.
up basket parties. So I'm like, I will give you the scents on a Monday and I'll pick the scents up from you on a Friday. So realistically, maybe I am at the 5 days, but or maybe I'll give them over the weekend. I don't know. That's a topic for the new year, but I'm not keeping, because I guess I feel passionate about it because I just came off of a basket party where the hostess opened it middle of October and extended it out 2 times on me. And so I just delivered her order today from middle of October because she wanted to keep extending it out. But realistically, you think anybody ordered in the extension? No, they all ordered in that first week of her party. So, can you do an online one? Because all my customers are in different states. Absolutely, you can. Absolutely, you can. It's just, what are you going to do to make sure they come? That is always it takes more effort on our parts to make sure that it takes more effort on the front side with inviting when it's an online event to make sure that, because I mean, like any event, right? You have to have people show up to have it be an event. But yeah, you can do one online. I would say on a Zoom would be a really great way to do it, where you get people's faces on screen. But yes, you absolutely can. Cassie answered that. Yes, you sure could. Why do I not do Facebook parties? Because for me personally, I am more successful when people have testers under their noses. And I have done many Facebook parties. This is just me. There are Cindy Abraham, if she's still on here, she can tell you, like, she does Facebook parties. They're great. It is all dependent on the consultant, personal preference. My personal preference is not to do Facebook parties, not because they're not effective or because they don't work. Personal preference on Facebook party. I will do basket parties all day long. I still am the consultant that buys 4 sets of testers at every catalog change. And those are my little employees that go to work for me. Like, I send them out. I'm still the consultant that buys testers and puts them under people's noses, because scent is what sells. Reading descriptions of scents does not sell near as well as being able to sell a fragrance or smell a fragrance. So I'm still an in-person smell consultant. Do you personally, would you be oh, never mind. Thank you. Thank you. And Cindy does a mix of both now, actually. And I mean, it's what works for you. It depends on the customer. It depends on their distance to you. If they're out of state, there's so many different factors. That's why nothing is a cookie cutter. Nothing is a one size fits all. Every one of my hostesses is different. Every way they like to party is different. It's just kind of you kind of have to take what I say and then do what you want with it, because based on your own customers and your own business. Okay. And look, here we are almost at the top of the time. Anybody have anything else you want to ask or add before I give Rand the floor to pick us a Zoom winner for tonight? Nothing. Okay. All right, Rand, the floor is yours.
Sorry. All right, here we go. Sorry. Cindy Abraham.
Yay, Cindy.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Can I just say really fast, I built my business doing open houses. And it was literally like it's just I find that it was easier for me to do that because I could allow people to come in and out, and they didn't have to have a set time. They didn't have, and it was so much more casual and just it was fun. You just have to make it fun, and just you be casual and they're going to be casual too. I mean, it's you're going to do great, Dawn. I know you're going to do great. Don't worry so much.
Yeah.
Me, I worry all the time.
I
Um,
know, but you know what? It's just about having fun. It's about connecting with the people that come through the door. And that really is all that matters.
Yep.
So yeah, you can have a great time.
And I love too being in front of people because they can see how much I love doing what I do. And that's one of the things that is contagious, is when people see I genuinely love what I do. I genuinely love sharing fragrance with them. I love helping them pick a warmer that they fall in love with, or offering suggestions, or offering, well, if you like this, try this. And hearing and seeing my enthusiasm over their purchase makes them feel even better about their purchase. And so for me, being that this really is a people business, I am about the people. And I think that's one of the things that I pride myself on is cultivating those relationships and allowing people to see just how much I love doing what I do. So you guys, thank you for hopping on with us tonight, and great to see you. Appreciate you so much. Tomorrow we have Cubicle, Wednesday morning, 10 a.m. on this Zoom link for anybody that's available to get on with us. I will be prepping for an open house a little bit, and but I will be there. And so thank you. Everybody have a great evening.
Bye.